BMF Immortal, and it's cool. Like sometimes we switch perspectives, so it's from a law enforcement perspective.
Oh wow!
Instead of it being from the, you know, the actual hustler side, of the aspirational side. Just
I don't know what you're talking about.
Right.
They ain't telling nobody. Because if you're telling, you can't even look forward to going home.
Okay, so 50 Cent blasted Lil Meech and posted video footage and evidence of him allegedly snitching on his security. The security, who ended up taking the fall for everything, said that he was asleep when Lil Meech threw everything in his...
You know what I mean?
That's right.
You know, I never done that, man. I don't even know where they come up with that, man. And then the guy's a rat, man. He been working with them for the feds for 2 years now. You know what I'm saying? Cooperate. So you can look at my paperwork, man. My paperwork. If I was ratting, it'd be on CNN. You know what I mean?
Big Meech just went off. He straight up sent 50 Cent a heated text warning him to stop talking about his son, or there will be serious consequences. This all blew up after 50 dropped some wild body cam footage of Lil Meech allegedly talking to the cops and throwing his former friend under the bus. And now, that same friend is actually backing 50 Cent, saying he did real time in prison because Lil Meech snitched on him. The Meech father-son duo has been catching heat from 50 for months now, but Big Meech finally snapped. And let's be real, if 50 keeps poking the bear, this could get messy fast. Now about that insane footage 50 just dropped. It shows Lil Meech during a traffic stop allegedly giving up his boy to the cops. In the clip, both guys are already in cuffs, sitting in separate squad cars. At one point, Lil Meech leans forward and asks the cop, "Did you find the other stuff?" Right after the officer mentions finding a gun. The officer had literally just said the gun wasn't illegal, but Meech's question made them keep searching anyway.
And got me before I even knew I could even act at all, before acting was even a thought. My dad called me one day and told me that he wanted me to fly to Atlanta in his presence so I could meet 50 for the first time and see the first casting that he was doing. You know, so I flew out there and it was a line around the street. And the first time I met 50, you know, it was just genuine. And I sat by him and we actually got to watch people audition for a couple hours. And the next day he called me, 8 o'clock in the morning, woke me up. I'm like, damn, 50 calling me. So I answered the phone, he like, hey, what you think about going to acting classes? I want you to play your dad. And at first, you know, it sounded crazy, but of course, you know, I'm gonna do it. I'm not doing nothing, so of course I wanted to do it, you know, I just didn't know if I could.
And here's the kicker. That same friend who says Meech sold him out, he just hopped on IG and spilled everything. He goes by the name 3 Luck and posted old pics of him and Lil Meech hanging out, plus the body cam footage as proof. In the caption, he flat out claimed that Lil Meech snitched to the cops and blamed him for the gun and illegal stuff found in the car. He said it all went down dirty and that he paid the price. "This why I had to do Fed time." That's what 3 Luck blasted online, calling out Lil Meech for being fake and shady.
Oh. Good, man. Hey, supercharger running the gun and stuff. Yeah. That's what y'all found it on. Y'all found it.
He didn't hold back one bit, saying, "I hate fake dudes like Lil Meech in my circle of life." He accused Meech of playing real while doing straight-up foul stuff behind the scenes. Then he took a direct shot at Big Meech, calling him out for raising a lame. 3 Luck claimed he got pinned with the gun and substance charges while he was knocked out asleep in the car. He says Lil Meech let him take the fall like it was nothing. And it didn't stop there. He also brought up how 50 Cent had his back and exposed Lil Meech for being a snake. According to him, Lil Meech even admitted he felt bad and promised to pay him back. But it didn't end there. 3 Luck added that Meech was disloyal to 50 too. "Why you asking 12 if they got the guns and other stuff off me? That ain't some form of telling?" he wrote. He said the only reason he even kept hanging with the Lil drug head was because he thought he was real.
200,000 just for this Cuban. This Cuban is like 1,100 grams. It's chunky, real big. I really can't have this on for longer than 3 or 4 hours. My neck started hurting. You know, you might find a regular Cuban for 50 or for 100 maybe, but you know, it's 200 just for a kilo.
What's the pendant cost?
3, just for the pendant. Right here, this is Antarctica. It's the big boy. This is Christine called it Antarctica. Mr. Chandelier. I might have seen DJ Khaled with this song. It's that big boy, you know.
How much is it gonna cost?
$2 million.
3 Luck said they'd known each other for 20 years, but now he sees he was wrong. He accused Meech of rolling with the same dude who put him in a messed up situation. He dropped racks on lawyers, paid 3 different bonds, and lost a ton, just to stay solid. But instead of being loyal, Meech was off the pills, being taught how to keep his image clean while his own people were struggling to stay afloat. And it gets deeper. 3 Luck revealed he lost his business money and is about to miss out on years of his child's life. All cause of what Lil Meech did. He called out the hypocrisy too, saying, "These the same dudes that scream death before dishonor. But it's just like saying, I love you. Nothing but words." So what about Lil Meech? So far, he's stayed quiet on all this. But you already know who didn't hold back. 50 Cent. 50 jumped right in, posting a screenshot from Michael Rainey Jr.'s page. Yep, the power star. And he threw big shade saying, "I'm proud of you, Michael. I looked at your page. LOL. See what happens when you don't use drugs and spend all your money on chrome heart jeans? Yo, how you gonna dump your drugs on your boy's lap while he's knocked out and act like it's his? Like, here, this your stuff, LOL. That's wild." But 50 Cent wasn't done cooking yet. He came back swinging with another shady post, this time dropping a photo from the BMF show. And in the caption, straight trolling. He wrote, "Pop." First he got caught at the airport with a gun and started panicking. Now he on tape telling on his friends. And 50? He made it clear he doesn't care. No filter, no mercy. Now just to give you some context, this airport jab was about another crazy clip that leaked of Lil Meech getting arrested at TSA. Security found an unloaded gun in his bag, and no, he didn't have a license for it. But get this, the wildest part?
I know, but unfortunately, there's certain procedures we have to follow anytime something comes in that's prohibited, correct?
Right. So listen,
You
sir.
understand that, correct?
Please,
Do you have your ID on you?
sir, my ID's in my bag.
In the bag?
Yes, sir. Listen, I'm a minor, sir. I have security guards. They left that in my bag, sir. I did not pack my bag.
Well,
I
we
was
can
just
get
here.
that all straightened out after
do it.
the fact,
Okay,
okay?
thank you.
But until then, I have to put you in handcuffs until we figure this out.
Okay.
Okay,
Can
you
I call-
understand that?
Can I call my mom or somebody?
We'll do that after.
Okay.
All right? Just turn around for me. Be cooperative. Everything's on video and audio surveillance. Plus, I'm on body cam. You understand that?
Lil Meech actually tried to say he wasn't legally an adult at 23 years old. Come on, bro. And then, in a full panic, Meech pulled the "Do you know who I am?" move, name-dropped 50 Cent, and tried convincing TSA that he was famous. It was a whole scene. Of course, this is exactly the kind of mess 50 lives for. That new body cam footage of Lil Meech allegedly snitching? Oh yeah, 50 just got a goldmine of petty ammo for his IG. But now things are getting real. Lil Meech's dad, Big Meech, just stepped in and finally broke his silence. After 50 threw those shady shots accusing him of failing as a parent, Big Meech clapped back by posting a bunch of pics with his son, and in the caption he wrote, "Nothing can stop us. We all the way up." But hold up. It might not just be about cute family posts. Word on the street is Big Meech is making moves behind the scenes. Sources say he personally reached out to one of 50 Cent's longtime associates. And the message was loud and clear. Tell him to stop playing with my son. Or else. That's the silent threat floating in the air right now. Big Meech might not be out here typing tough on social media. That's just not his vibe. But the shift in energy? You can feel it. And things might be getting too real. Because word is, a few producers close to the BMF series have already jumped ship. Maybe trying to avoid this whole situation spilling from the screen into the streets. Let's not forget, 50 didn't just go after Lil Meech. This whole mess started months ago after Big Meech linked up with Rick Ross. And that's when 50 exploded. He went public accusing Big Meech of being a rat, throwing out claims that he cut a deal under the First Step Act to reduce his sentence. 50 even posted a screenshot of court papers, suggesting Meech used his longtime associate, Tammy Cowens, to cooperate behind the scenes. But here's the catch. Nothing in Meech's official case proves he snitched. The man served 27 years out of a 30-year sentence. That short reduction was based on new sentencing rules, not on flipping. And to shut the rumors down, A rare prison interview recently leaked where Big Meech denied all snitch talk. He said if he had cooperated, it would have been blasted across every headline already. Still, fans are torn. Some are riding with Big Meech, saying 50 crossed the line calling a man who did nearly 3 decades behind bars a snitch.
Do you think Big Meech, told on somebody to get out, snitched, did anything extra?
No. Let me tell you why. Big Meech's paperwork is public records. There is no proof that Big Meech said, hey, bust him, bust him, bust him. Now, the situation with the lady Tammy, the female that he cool with or whatever, mess with whatever, I was having an argument with somebody about this last night. Now, if we go by prison rules and standards, Big Meech didn't sit down with the agents and say, hey, my bro gonna go ahead and settle boy up for me, so make sure y'all give me the credit. So we couldn't make a move on him because his name not in the paperwork for saying, authorizing this. Now, what she did, what would happen, the killers, the homies would be like, well, listen, bro, she your people, she did that with your name on it, so you gotta have her hit. You gotta either have her killed, or you gotta bring a move to her because she implicated your name, or the people got your name, your BMF, whatever, in this situation. You gotta handle this. So I was telling him, I said, bro, this is one of them situations where he had a ride or die. She jumped on it like, I'm gonna get him out here by any means. And I say now, we can't just up and say this. You know, people be like, common sense, well, man, did they have that talk? I don't know. So I don't think, I got my own situation, so I don't really think that far into nobody else's situation anyway, but I do my content. Yeah. But if, you see, it's selective politics and it's selective who they gonna call a rat or who they not gonna call a rat in this industry. So we've been saying that since I've been home.
But others feel Big Meech linking up with Rick Ross was pure betrayal, especially since 50 held it down for Meech's family while he was locked up and handed Lil Meech his first big break as an actor. And here's where it gets even messier. 50 claims this is the real reason Big Meech turned on him. In one of his recent IG posts, 50 suggested that jealousy was behind it all. He said Big Meech couldn't deal with the fact that Lil Meech had a tighter bond with him than with his own father. According to 50, Big Meech cut off his own son's financial support just because he couldn't handle not being the main influence in Lil Meech's life. 50 Cent didn't hold back. He flat out said Big Meech was a bad influence on his own son. According to 50, while he was out here playing the real father figure, guiding Lil Meech away from addiction and reckless spending, Big Meech was hyping up the opposite, glorifying the same habits that had him spiraling. And it gets crazy. 50 revealed that while filming BMF, Lil Meech hit rock bottom from his substance issues. And guess who stepped in to clean up the mess? Yup, 50. He said he got Lil Meech into rehab and held it down when things were falling apart behind the scenes. In his own words, 50 posted, "I thought about it. I think he was uncomfortable with me and Meech's relationship. I'm telling Meech not to do drugs. He telling him he used to do X, like it's cool. I tell Meech, chill, stop blowing all your money. He telling him how much he wasted. People don't know. I had to send Meech to rehab." Then 50 dropped more behind-the-scenes tea. He said actor Russell Hornsby saw Lil Meech high on set, throwing up during a weapons test. Another crew member, Ian, told 50 that Lil Meech had whippets in his truck. 50 was like, "What the F is whippets?" Looked it up. Turns out it's gas used in BB guns. And if you peep some of Lil Meech's old interviews when he first landed the BMF role, he used to say how lost he was until 50 stepped in, paid for his acting classes, and helped him get his life together. But what did Meech do with that blessing? Reports say he blew through $5 million from the show in just 3 years. And he didn't invest a dime. All of it gone. Cars, designer clothes, flashy jewelry, just wild. So yeah, you gotta admit, 50 has receipts. He changed this man's whole life. But when it comes to the snitching drama, that part's still messy. Some folks close to Meech are now firing back, saying 50's being a hypocrite, that he picks and chooses who he calls a snitch based on who's on his side. So now the question is, did 50 just lie on Big Meech over that Rick Ross link-up? And with Big Meech now warning 50 to back off, did 50 finally cross the line? Let us know what you think in the comments. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. For more real talk from Juice Alert, see you in the next one.